What up, y'all? I'm back with another review, and I'm here to review the new EP from Injury Reserve entitled Drive It Like It's Stolen. I know a little bit about Injury Reserve. I had prior listening to them before listening to this and coming to review it. I know they're from California, but I believe they're from Northern California. I want to say Sacramento. Actually, no, I want to say they're from Oakland. Hold on, I actually check real quick. Um, they're from Arizona. I thought they represented Oakland. I swear I heard that on their last project, Floss, which I'm not sure if that was an EP or a mixtape, but remember there was so much hype for that project, and I listened to it. Like that song, oh shit, sound like there's some shit from '06. I was like, I get how it's hard and rough, but I don't really see the big deal. I didn't see the big deal, but my favorite song on there was a song that I felt like people weren't talking about enough. S on Your Chest. Like I played that constantly, downloaded it, and just kept playing it for the longest time. I really like that track. So going into this, I won't say I knew what to expect, but I had prior listening, and this is 7 tracks, 8 tracks, and but dang, I didn't know they're from Arizona. I swear that I thought they represented Oakland, um, Northern California, or more up in Northern California, not Southern California, but still representing California as a whole. But yeah, Drive It Like It's Stolen, 7 to 8 tracks. I believe it was 7 tracks, and let's go ahead and get into this review. I actually have the notes in a separate memo. I have to say the first 2 tracks they they sound like something I would have heard off of Big Fish Theory, Vince Staples' album earlier this year. It was on some cyber stuff, really. Like the vibe I got from it, I was like, this is some like I don't want to say dance, but it's like a cyber um, club hit type of thing. Um, I almost want to say Gorillas, but it made me think of Big Fish Theory, which um, I like Big Fish Theory. I thought it was okay. With with Vince Staples, I just never see the big deal. But I did think the first 2 tracks on this sounded like something that Vince would have done on Big Fish Theory. Um, and you get into the track Colors. It was very. It was. I don't want to say very actually. It was socially and personally conscious. It, but the beat kind of reminds me of Odd Future, um, Tyler and Earl, pretty much as far as that goes. Like this was a good EP, honestly. Like first 2 tracks, they didn't rub me the wrong way, but I was going when I first heard those tracks, I was like, ah. But that's the thing though. I don't mind that kind of sound. Uh, I, and I don't mind when a rapper does that type of sound. I don't mind when a hip hop producer tries their hand at that um, another genre, a genre like not necessarily EDM or house or trance, but you know what I'm saying. Um, and I don't even want to say pop, but just more like something futuristic type of stuff. And I don't mean futuristic the rapper. I mean like futuristic vibes, something that you'd hear in the club. Um, but 7 tracks, and like I said, the first 2 kind of threw me off. But I want to get into the last 5 in particular. Some stand out more than others. Let me get the track listing right here, though. I have to say, Injury Reserve, with the hype that was coming around them last year, everybody saying review Floss, not to me in particular, or just singling me out as the only one that people were saying review Injury Reserve. Even now with this project, people are like, yo, Neil and Fantano, get on this. Dead and Hip Hop, get on this. Like, people were really liking this. People really hyped them up. And I don't mean hype them up like they're terrible and they didn't live up to it. I mean hype them up like, yo, they're about to be the next big thing. And they're kind of sticking to that. Like, Injury Reserve has uh, a fan base, almost like a cult. Brockhampton, it's like, man, like Brockhampton, they've really blown up. Injury Reserve, I would have thought that they'd blow up like, and they still can, maybe not to the same level, the same extent, same level as Brockhampton has, but man, Brockhampton is really blown up. I would have thought that Injury Reserve, with the hype that they were getting when Floss dropped, that they get maybe to a level that Brockhampton's on right now. Um, But yeah, my favorite tracks. I actually downloaded like 3 or 4 tracks off this EP. Like I like this EP. Let me get to the 91. I think it was 91 Cadillac. I actually have it right here. Hold on. Yeah, 91 Cadillac DeVille. Like this is my shit. It is catchy. It is smooth. Of course, you can ride to it. Like you can't have a track that's named 91 Cadillac. You can't have a track that's named Cadillac and not be able to ride to it. The next track I want to talk about is Boom times 3, and just saying boom, boom, boom. Not necessarily hard hitting, but it was the shit. And another track that I really liked that I downloaded was North North Pole featuring Austin Feinstein. And then there's the Chin Up outro, saying like chin up, because um, in particular these guys on here they were talking about colors, like what do you say? Grass green on the other side, but we know the blacks ain't living. It ain't as easy. It's not as blacks ain't living as blacks and the browns ain't living the same way. Um, and with other tracks talking about like, yo, I haven't talked to my dad in a minute. Um, they got a call. Dude said that he just saw him in a barber shop. He never knew he looked so much like me. And just personally conscious lyrics, some socially conscious as well, and also something that you can just ride and vibe to. And if you like the more techno, um, I don't want to say experimental, well, maybe experimental, alternative uh, beats. The first 2 tracks would definitely be for you. And I like that kind of music. And like I said, I don't mind when rappers or hip hop producers want to produce something like that, or rappers want to get on production like that. But it just sounds better when artists from that genre do it. They just know, and producers from that genre do it. Um, Overall, though, this was a damn good EP, though. Like, I like this more than Floss, because the most memorable thing about Floss, other than that, oh shit, sounds like some shit from '06, and really S on Your Chest. That's the only song I took from Floss. Um, I like this better than Floss. S on Your Chest is still my favorite track from Injury Reserve, but I get more off of this. I get 4 tracks downloaded off of this 7-track EP than I got off the 1 track that I downloaded off Floss, which was however many tracks that project was. Um, but yeah, not to say Injury Reserve is bad though. Floss was good. S on Your Chest, like I said, favorite song from Injury Reserve. But I'd rather listen to this than listen to Floss. Some say it's their best yet. Some say, what are you talking about? Their best was Floss. Some say, like, what was it, Stuck at the Dentist Office or something like that is their best work. Um, I'm not a huge injury reserve guy, and I'm not going to say I'm a huge Brockhampton guy, but I'd be more familiar with Brockhampton than I would injury reserve. But it makes me think, like, and I'd probably do this in a separate video or write an article about it. I see that groups tend to have more of a cult following than solo artists. Not to say solo artists don't have group cult followings, like Kanye, X, Kid Cudi. I don't want to say so much Drake. I mean, it has stands, but like some artists have cult followings. Groups tend to have legit cult followings. Odd Future, Brockhampton, Injury Reserve. Um, yeah, groups just have it, and maybe that has to do with there's so many artists and producers um, in a group that it's like, hey, maybe it's to be expected that a group would have more of a cult following than an artist would, because these cult man, they be knowing all about every artist or the main artist featured. It's like, damn. But cool project. I'd give this a 7 out of 10. Um, yeah, yeah, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. If you've heard this project, go ahead and let me know what you think about it in the comment section below and what you think about my review on it. If you haven't heard this project, I definitely recommend that you check it out. Um, and you know what to do. Hit the like button if you like this review. Share the review. Subscribe if you're new. Check the descriptions. You can get my social medias, all of them. You can also get my PSN, PlayStation Network, PayPal, Venmo, Square Cash, Patreon, Bandcamp. Those 5 in particular are for if you want to support my movements as far as YouTube, music, entertainment, etc. And I have another review. I hope to get it out today. And with that review and this review, I think I'm gonna be able to have a best of September 2017. Now, and also I have to do a best of third quarter 2017. So I will be busy this week. I don't want to rush and cram it all, but if I can get it done today and tomorrow, at least this week, but if I can get it done today and tomorrow, uh, that'd be great. But I don't want to cram it. I don't want to rush it. I want to take my time with it, make it thorough. Um, so you probably won't get it all today. I'd space it out some hours in between, and they'll be there for you. So thank you for watching. Until next time, um, I'll see you next time.